Alright, what we're going to do is recover this ottoman from a chair and a half that I recently got rid of so that it matches everything else down here in my little man cave slash basement. So, I wanted to match this type of camouflage. This is a much softer camouflage. This is like felt. This is real soft. What I actually purchased was like a nylon style fabric. That's because ottomans in this house seem to turn into coffee tables sometimes, and if you spill something on it or anything like that, you don't want it to soak through and, you know, obviously rack and smell, and you got to clean it real hard. It's a pain in the butt. So this is like a almost like a plasticky material, but it's soft, so that it'll, you know, still be cushiony if you sit on it, you put your feet up on it, whatnot. So let's get started. This isn't like a real involved process, so we're just going to do it right here. First thing I did was unscrew the top of the ottoman, take the hinges off, and unscrewed this back plate so that you can see, now you can see the wood underneath. This is actually what we're going to staple the new fabric to. You can see the existing fabric is already stapled along this wood. We're going to remove some of these larger nails or hammer them in, and then we're going to attach it in exactly the same fashion. Okay, here I just got it laid out so I can take some measurements. Once I get the measurements, so that I know the material will wrap around, I'll mark it with a Sharpie and I'll just cut it with a pair of scissors. Okay, here I just used some duct tape to hold the material straight while I stapled it. Okay, now the staple gun that I was using wasn't cutting it, so I had to use my pneumatic stapler to hold the material down. Okay, I used spray adhesive here to make sure the material adhered to the existing material so there wasn't any bunches or wrinkles or anything later on down the road. Like when the cushion sagged or whatever, it would all stay nice and tight. Okay, you want to make sure that you take your time with this part and get all the wrinkles out, because if it dries with the wrinkles in it, you'll never get them out. So take your time when you're mating these two surfaces so that there's no wrinkles whatsoever when you go to staple it together. Okay, I should probably mention that I did not spray the sides until the very end. I didn't want to spray the sides until I was ready to tack it down so I could pull them nice and even. If I would have sprayed them all at once, it would have been sticking the whole time I was trying to tack it, and it would have been hard to pull it tight. Okay, the corners are the toughest part. Now, you'll have a lot of times you'll have a problem with getting the corner nice and straight and to be a perfect 90-degree angle. So I learned a little trick off of, obviously, YouTube, to take a little polyfill and put it in the corner so that it doesn't have a little lump in the corner. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to fold it, but the problem is it's becoming rounded at the top of the corner, not like a 90-degree angle. So you can see right here where I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is take a little polyfill and shove it in there, and I can maneuver it around so that I can get that 90 perfectly straight. Now, after moving that polyfill a little bit and getting it, just the way I want it, now you can see there's a perfect 90 there with no wrinkles in the material. That's the way you want it to look. Now I just did the exact same thing for all 4 corners and then tacked it just one time to make sure it was all nice and straight all the way around. Okay, now that it's all tacked, it's all nice and smooth, all the corners are nice and 90'd. Now we can just put the backing back on, reassemble the top of the ottoman, and we'll be done. Now here I just used some 3/4 inch screws just to screw the backing back on. You don't want them too long because then they'll go through the wood and the potential there is to poke you on the other side. But I just ran new screws all the way around it. Now here I'm just screwing the hinges back onto the top of the ottoman, and that's basically the last step. And there you have it. Ottoman all done. All ready to get wrecked by somebody. If you like the video, like and subscribe.